everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Gabriel is literally within sniffing distance of the jaws of death, and the abyss has never been darker. The inner turmoil he is facing is unimaginable, and who could blame him? I am faithful that the success of his quest will end mankind's suffering because they'll feel God's love again, but I fear that Gabriel's own suffering has only just begun. I pray to the Holy Spirit to keep his head above water. This might be the scariest part of the game. Not the Necromancers, not the undead, not the Third Lord of Shadow, but the uncertainty of not knowing whether Gabriel is going to live or die, or if he'll ever see Marie again. To spend an eternity without her would be nothing but despair and darkness.
And so it begins. The Necromancer's abyss lies at his feet. He is dark and terrible, and the cries of the dead follow him wherever he goes. There is nothing but hate in his heart. Hate for those who have taken his beloved, who have made him do terrible things, who have taken his humanity. Now, reap the whirlwind, scions of death, for comes the Prince of Darkness.
I hope not. But then again, it shouldn't surprise me that if someone takes away everything that makes another person human, they shouldn't be surprised that they return as a monster. As with the case when it comes to the cycle of abuse. Is that a Dracolich? A dragon skeleton? Perched onto that tower? The sunlight in the distance doesn't have me as optimistic. I see the moon over there too. It also doesn't surprise me, because sometimes the moon can be visible during the day. It used to surprise me as a kid. There is a message that appears frequently in Necromancer lore, sometimes referred only as the key, which seems important to enter their domains. The fourth week of the month of the Virgin the Shadow will be more powerful than the light, and the path to the abyss shall be revealed. I have been waiting for that day for months now, but time seems to have frozen since I have arrived. That explains why I can see the moon and the sun at the same time. These red orbs in the distance remind me of the black holes in Super Mario Galaxy. Though I doubt I can count on Rosalina to help me. What a surprise! I had no idea. I had no idea that there was a knight down here too. I thought I was going to fall into the abyss. That path ends here. You find a shadow magic gem. Collect 5 to increase their shadow magic capacity. For good measure. Wouldn't it be cool if I could mod my Hogwarts Legacy OC into this game? I mean, it wouldn't be very pleasant if my character went through what Gabriel went through, and I doubt Hogwarts teaches any spells that would equate to the combat process capabilities. If anything, most Hogwarts students have similar abilities to the Bonatis clan. Can you imagine a descendant of Cypher attending Hogwarts? That would be hysterical. The view was pretty somber. See what this machine can do. I'm guessing this is supposed to represent the cycle of the moon. The sun moves over here. No, that didn't work either. Getting a little warmer. Are these days? No kidding. No way. I'm obsessed with this machine. Getting warmer. And made a solar eclipse. Wesley, you rule. But I created a tornado. Not a good sign. But I got the machine to work, and Gabriel stands alone. Pan is gone, Claudia passed away, the Black Knight was dismembered. Marie is who knows where, in purgatory. It's just Gabriel. I can do this. I can walk this bridge. But the underworld is welcoming him with open arms. There's that black hole. But I don't think it will cause Gabriel to start over. It's actually a useful teleportation tool. Maybe that knight knows something about it. Colors are movements. That was what the witch said before bringing me here. He must be talking about Baba Yaga. At first, I didn't know what she was talking about, but now I am sure that it is related to these tiles in the ground. Wonder what happens if I use my dark gauntlet. that didn't work. I think I'm supposed to follow along to that path illuminated in light blue energy. So why don't I try something like this and this? Okay, maybe that's not the correct method. Correct. Okay, I'm off to a good start there. Wonderful. Up, right, up, up, left, down, another left, up, up, right, and finally up. Perfect. I don't believe it. It actually worked. No, there's no levitating bridge this time. Not a good place to rest in peace. I doubt that skeleton is comfortable. And neither are these two. Reaper. Only powerful sorcerers can summon and control these dangerous spirits. The Reapers are a corporeal manifestation of death itself. Their aspect depends on the beliefs of those who confront them, but most people perceive the Reapers as skeletal figures with long tunics wielding large scythes. Seems a bit corny. Are these skulls or baby heads? I'm getting Madness Returns flashbacks. Spend the life gems. Collect 5 to increase your health capacity. Well, that didn't work. Now that worked. Okay, here goes. There's my ride. Dang it! At least Gabriel didn't fall into the abyss below. Wonder what made him survive. Was that intended by the Third Lord of Shadow? It's likely. Oh, no. Never knew that they packed a punch. That description was not kidding when it stated that the Reapers were manifestations of death itself because their scythes could kill in seconds if they could. I think I can see the remains of the crematorium from here. The view is a chef's kiss, even if it is a somber. What kind of person would run away? What kind of person would want to spend their eternal rest on a floating rock in the middle of a storm? That sounds horribly risky. There are coffins all over the place. Of course it's risky. What's this? Excuse me. Necromancer. Necromancy is the most evil of all the schools of magic and can only be Necromancy is the most evil of all the schools of magic and can only be performed by Necromancy is the most evil of all the schools of magic and can only be performed by the followers of the Dark Lord of the Dead. Unlike vampirism and lycanthropy, the powers necessary to control the energy of the deceased are not easily acquired. The Dark Lord only shares a small part of his power with his followers, who themselves must die in order to use the abilities given to them. Once dead, they become his thralls and their masters able to control him. Once dead, they become his thralls and their masters able to control them with their Once the necromancers pass on, they become his thralls and their master. Once the necromancers perish, they become his thralls and their master is able to control them with his own considerable power. So the necromancers in the Lords of Shadow timeline are equivalent to liches. Got it. That Necromancer is too much of a coward to face Gabriel on his own. Come on, come on! Yes! Oh no! Now Gabriel is amongst the undead. God didn't keep his head above water after all. Just kidding, he's still there. Try this again. That Necromancer's tougher than I thought. but not impossible to defeat. Now's our chance! This time Gabriel skewered him. This music seems to fit more appropriately with the Necromancer's Abyss. It's a reminder of how far Gabriel has come, but he's fallen so hard. It's the kind of theme that plays when someone looks into the abyss, or a reflection in the lake and see a twisted, sinister version of themselves. They can either embrace it, or work to change themselves. We all have light and dark inside of us after all. I can see the color, I can see the mosaic circle from here. Or what's left of it at least. Whoops! Nope, nothing below. You found a light magic gem. Collect 5 to increase your light magic capacity. Good call. Now I need another life gem. How do I get all the way up here? That's the troubling part. This section looks familiar. Oh no you don't. You're not taking my life force. What a relief. Gabriel got his health back. What could be going on up there? Is this the key to opening a gate? And there's a deactivated portal on the other side. I'll go through this one next. Whoa. Good, there's a healing statue right next to me. It's just over that ledge. Perfect. Wow then. I'll go through this portal again. I think I see another route. Excuse me. Wasn't I here before? Wonder what's going on. Wonder why nothing's happening. The portal opened. The gate opened. And so is the portal. Awesome. I have a bad feeling about this. Not another one. destroyed by his own energy. And another portal opens. Go figure. The layout of this cavern reminds me of some beast's mouth. These jagged edges on the walls remind me of sharp teeth. Almost as if once Gabriel enters that portal, it'll be like that beast swallowed him whole. That was weak. I see the dragon skeleton next to me. I must be at that tower. Don't look down. looks intimidating. Oof. He jumped too fast. Phew, that was close. Another mouth-like tunnel. This worries me. Though it looks like that's the dragon's spine. Or at least its backside. If it's actually the dragon's rib cage, I would be very, very shocked because I imagined it to be much bigger than that. I'll need that. You found a shadow magic gem. Collect 5 to increase your shadow magic capacity. you are already at full health. That's a good sign. Getting close to the top of the tower. That odyssey took over an hour. Now that's intense. But not as intense as facing the Dracolich. I'm guessing some Necromancer's going to reanimate it. Well, here goes.
Look at him, so dark, so beautiful. He has come for his revenge, and he shall have it. A killing machine without remorse, without pity. What has happened to you, Gabriel? What have you become? Love has blinded you, but you have changed, my friend. Your quest is almost over. The dream is in sight. Now you must face death, and you must defeat it. The mask is a powerful device, and he who wields it can do anything. Bring back the dead, rule the world, destroy the universe, challenge God himself. You are the one, Gabriel. You are the one.
Somehow I am not in the celebratory mood. The way Zobek is enabling Gabriel's destructive behavior worries me. It's almost scary that Zobek's cheering Gabriel on as he loses himself. He's not acting as a comrade to Gabriel anymore. So what is he now? That kind of pride can't be good.
Impressive, warrior. I'm amazed you've come this far.
I have come to end this, sorcerer.
By whose authority?
His own.
What right do you have to judge me when so much blood has been spilt by your own hands? Look at you. You revel in death. We are one and the same, you and I.
You will not stop me.
No, I will not stop you. Look upon me, hypocrite! Gaze upon glorious death!
Just like Carmilla, that necromancer pulled up I know you are, but what am I? He pulled up I know you are, but what am I in this dialogue? Which seems kind of lazy and feels like something taken out of Star Wars. But no, the Necromancer didn't reanimate the Dracolich. He became it. He fused his energy and soul, or lack thereof his soul, with its skeleton. Now I'm glad I got an Xbox 360 controller that I can plug into this PC. Dracolich Titan. Necromancers are evil wizards who can control the dead with dark powers. Yeah, like I didn't already know that. The most common belief is that this power is limited to deceased humans, but in fact, it encompasses all dead creatures, as demonstrated by this monster, the reanimated carcass of a dragon. This massive creature, a remnant of our prehistoric past, died long before the Necromancers came to this land, and was buried under tons of rock, eventually becoming a fossil. When the Dark Lord built his fortress in this desolate land, he discovered the carcass and reconstructed it using magical runes to bring... When the Dark Lord built his fortress in this desolate land, he discovered the carcass and reconstructed it using magical runes to bind evil spirits to the ancient bones. Should the necessity arise, this monster is able to perform one last duty for its master. Impede Gabriel. That's it. I can't see the solar eclipse anymore. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'll have to try. Great. Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. This game brings out my fear of heights. too. The Lord of the Dead designed this Dracolich to be animated exactly like the Titans and Icartha. Perfection. Going on? Get ready. Here it is, that rune. And I can see the head. The carcass has been weakened. Turn around. Look behind you. Titan fight theme song. Good riddance to that Necromancer. Gabriel stumbled in the arena. It must be where the Third Lord of Shadow is hiding. What an impressive piece of architecture. So there you have it, that wraps up chapter 11. And that brings us to chapter 12, where the final fight will take place. Though, it will have to wait till next time. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Go.